Hi everyone, so today I thought this week's video, since it was my birthday on Monday and I turned 16 years old, I thought I'd do 16 things that I have learned in 16 years. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below anything that you've learned in your years of being alive on this earth. Okay, so the first one is just common, I've been taught this by my parents. Well, I don't actually think I got taught it, I've just sort of learned it over time, you just do it. The boy walks on the edge of the road and the girl walks on the inside. I don't know, I guess it's just protecting the girl, even if they're just a friend or whatever, it's just polite and I don't know, it's not our duty, but it just happens and you should do it, if you get what I mean. I always walk on the outside basically. Okay, so the next one is, you know when you have cans, you know the flippy bit? I don't know whether they was actually made for this, but if you go like that, no, not like that. If you open it and then twist it round, you can put a straw through it, so you don't have to drink out of the skanky can. I don't know whether it's oh god. I don't know whether it was they were designed to do that, but yeah, that's what people do. Yeah. Okay, and another one, I've never actually been a waiter or anything, or worked in well, I do work in a restaurant, but I don't work out front. But anyway, you serve from the right and you take away from the left. I think that, I don't know, these are just things I've picked up over time, I've been told or taught by people, or, you know, that doesn't mean, well, most of them I think that it's right, but yeah. Okay, so I know I'm gonna have a lot of arguing in the comments about this, but I think this is true. Not all old people are kind and polite. I think it's more of a stereotype that all old people are nice, because I've met some really, I don't mean old, I mean elderly people, I'm being rude. I've met some really rude elderly people, you know how you're always taught to open the door. My dog. You know how you're always taught to open the door to old people and say please and thank you to them? Obviously you should say please and thank you anyway, but you know what I mean, you're taught to be nice and kind to them, which I am anyway, but then some people just don't say thank you and they just sort of turn their nose up at you, and I just think it's quite rude. Not all old people are what people say they are. I think that's just a stereotype. That's my point in this little section of the video. Another one is bus drivers get really salty if you give them a £1 note, say a £5 note, £10 note, £20 note. They look at you as if you just murdered their family. Seriously, just give me the change and I'll get on the bus, please. Thank you very much. They just sit there and they're no way, did he just give me a £20 note? They get change all day long, it's a £1 bus journey. Not everyone has change on them. I've only done it a couple of times. It was really embarrassing. It's embarrassing, it embarrasses people to give them £20 notes because of the looks you get, and then because of the looks that they give you, the rest of the passengers on the bus just start staring at you what's going on, why is he delaying me to work, or McDonald's or Keskins, or I just want food, hurry up. Another thing is things change over time. Now this is probably really obvious, but here's just an example. There's year 7s with phones like this, iPhone 7 Plus, and when I was in year 7 I had only just got my first touchscreen. I got my first touchscreen at the end of year 6, ready for year 7. All throughout, I got my first phone, to be fair, I got my first phone quite young compared to some of the people that I know, but I got it in about year 4, so I was probably about 8 or 9, and yeah, it was just a little keeper thing, and it's all I needed it for. It was just to call my mum if I was out with my friends, or play the little snake game, the snake game. Everyone knows the snake game, that was the best game that ever existed on a phone. Nobody needs Subway Surfers or what are other games that get played? Paper.io, nobody needs them when you got Snake. Do you get what I mean? Paper.io is basically Snake, you just got, you know. Okay, so my next one is, those of you about to sit your SAT test, which is what you do in year 6 in England, they actually mean nothing. I've got into secondary school and never once have I heard the word SAT mentioned. Like literally, I was like, I revised so hard for my SAT tests. I was like sitting down every night with my mum, like she was testing me on my spellings and my maths work. And then I got into like year 7 and not one word, like like it's as if the word never existed. Like, and I think all it does is just determine what like set you're in at school, like top set, middle set, bottom set. And the thing is, if you do get put into bottom set because you don't do well in your SATs, but then you're actually a bright person, you'll get moved up by way before year 11, and you'll be in like the ability that you need to be in. They'll always make sure in secondary school that you're in the like group that you need to be in. Okay, and my next one is GCSEs mean everything. Now, it really bugs me when I sit watching YouTube, because you know, that's all I do with my life pretty much when I'm at home, or lying down on this bed right here, watching my YouTube. Yeah, I just watch my YouTube, and it really bugs me when YouTubers sit there and tell their audience that GCSEs do not matter. Because one thing I have learned since being at secondary school, they mean everything. Because if you don't get GCSEs, you can't get a good job. And if you don't get a good job, then you don't get money. And if you don't get money, then you don't get a house. And if you don't get a house, then you're going to be on the streets. And if you're on the streets, then what are you going to do? Like, I'm not like patronising or being nasty to homeless people, but like, if you fail, like, I'm not saying like if you fail them it's the end of the world, because you can do them again in college. Like, I just think they're more important than people make them out to be, and I honestly do. And I never thought that before I started taking them or doing them or learning them, whatever you do with not SATs, I keep going to say SATs, GCSEs, but I think they're like undermined, and like I think they're more important than people say they are. Because yeah, you can say, oh, go out and chase your wildest dreams, like, yeah, that's good advice, but like, you've also got to think about like a fallback option. Like, say your dreams don't work, or say it's not able to happen, or something gets in your way, or whatever. Well, my first bit of advice would be, don't let it get in your way. But my second bit of advice is, make sure you got your GCSEs just there to back you up and be there as sort of like a safety net that you can fall back on if anything were to ever go wrong. My next one is, be yourself and don't try to be other people. Now, this I have learnt so much. In year 7 and 8, I was trying so hard to fit in with like the popular group, which I don't see them as being popular at all anymore. I actually kind of see like my friendship group behind English at my school, like that's where we hang out because we're like cool and ARD. Yeah, I just see our group as being more popular because there's more of us there. Like, we're not like snobby popular, or oh, you can't hang with us because we're popular. Like, we don't say that we're popular, but like, in my opinion, I think that we're more popular because we have more friends, we have more like people, and don't get me wrong, you don't have to have like loads of friends, and that will bring me on to one of my ones later on. The next one is a bit of a weird one, but it's actually true. It's not actually as hard to run up escalators as people say it is. I do it in Asda all the time, just run up them. It takes like, it's easy. Like, I'm fat, I can't really run fast, I can get up them on time before the security guard comes over to you. You just gotta walk past them, pretend they're not there. You know, it's easier than people say they are, so you should try, it's fun. No, don't kids, I am joking. I will not be your bad influence. Okay, so one of them is, your parents have always got your back, and I've learnt this in life. Whatever you do wrong, whatever you do right, whatever you shouldn't have done, whatever you should have done, your parents will always back you, and they'll always be there for you because they love you. Cringe. Gonna keep this one nice and snappy. Old songs are the best songs. Okay, so going back to my one about like friendship groups and stuff, this is probably a bit of advice, but like also what I've learned. Keep your friendship circle small. Have a couple of best friends, and then have a couple of friends outside the circle from like other circles. And this is what I've learned. I always keep my circle small now. Like, I have a couple of circles because I have like one group that I hang around with outside of school, another group that I hang around with outside of school, a group that I hang around with inside of school, and a group of people that I hang around with inside of lessons. Yeah. So basically, all you've got to do is keep it small, keep it real. People aren't always what they make themselves out to be. People can be liars, people can be fake, people can stab you in the back. I've learned it all, you'll learn it. You won't learn it. You'll learn it eventually. Yeah, so next one. Okay, this is another weird one. Like, I always discuss this with people. As the years go by, like prices of stuff increase, but then the quantities within the like packaging decreases. Like, you used to be able to get like a 75-gram bag of Walker's crisps for like 50p. Now you can get a 25-gram bag for £2. Like, seriously. It's like so stupid. I don't understand. All these companies want is money. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. I don't know his rap songs. Marcus Butler. Even though you're not watching this, but you know. Okay, you're probably all going to take the mick out of me for this one, but it's true. Homework does help you inside your schoolwork. Teachers don't just set it to like be nasty to you or mean to you. Like, they set it to help you, like, that it supports your work in school, basically. You're basically going home and like relearning what you've learned in class. Like, there's this thing, I can't remember what it's called, but like basically like you learn something and your knowledge is like up here, but then as soon as you go home it drops. But then if you were to like do some homework or some revision on it, it would go back up again and it would stay back up there if you sort of like kept revising it or doing homework. My maths teacher describes it really well and she remembers the name of it, but I can't actually remember the name of it, so just look it up. You'll probably find it. It's like a graph that looks like that. I can't really describe it. It's called like the learning curve or something. I don't know, probably got it wrong, but you know what, that's me. Okay, and my last thing that I've learned is think before you do or say anything. Saying something or doing something wrong could really affect someone. Like, I'm not all for this, like, oh, if you said that, they're gonna go kill themselves. Because that's not true. Like, in some cases it is, but, like, it's not that extreme most of the time. Just be careful what you say to people. Don't go saying stuff behind people's back. Think before you say, think before you do, and you'll probably get yourself into a lot less trouble in life. Okay guys, so that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below and turn my post notifications on. If there's any like video requests that you'd like to see me doing, make sure you comment down below. And if there's anyone that you would like to see on my channel or for me to bring back on my channel, then make sure you let me know, and I'll see you all on Sunday. Bye!